YouTube, listen. You are listening to this video after we have become a 1,000 subscriber channel. It happened today, and now it says 1K subs, so if we get to 1,001, it's not going to show up. We're going to have to, the next time it's going to change is going to be 1.1. And then, Ben, what's next? 1.2.
I'd like to point out that this actually happened after I started regularly coming back.
It's true. It's true. I've been checking all the comments.
You know, every
the social media feeds.
The fans want more Benjamin, and that's very clear.
Well, I mean, the hashtag Bort is back has
Bort's
been
back,
just really trending.
So last part, Spencer was talking about this NPC specifically.
Ben, check this guy out.
How weird he looks. He's shirtless. He has tattoos. He has. Oh, I can't even talk to him with his quest NPC because I already did his quest.
All right, cool.
But he is a balding guy. But just look how
he just doesn't fit in with the rest of the game.
Look at Cloud versus this dude.
I'll say,
and he
looks.
I don't know.
As most old people NPCs that you interact with that aren't sagely, he looks good for his age. He does not look good for the setting.
Do you know that guy from Morrowind who looks exactly like this guy but even more buff? He's just a balding old man, but he has just this chiseled body from Morrowind.
I mean,
I forget his name, but it's it reminds me of that a lot.
For a guy that's clearly in his 60s or 70s, he looks great. I mean, he has.
Oh, he looks amazing.
He's in better shape than I am. But here's the thing, he doesn't. I'm at Gungaga, or I'm sorry, outside of Costa del Sol, and I haven't seen another character that's anywhere like him yet. He sticks out like a sore thumb.
Yeah,
it's
there's
weird.
Nothing like it.
Yep.
Even Chocobo Bill, the guy from last time, kind of looks like some other weird characters, but he is that dude is just
that guy.
And
he's just shirtless with high pants.
That dude, by the way, only has one quest. You do one quest. It's get me something Chocobo related, and that's it.
The shirtless dude we just saw. We had to fix his wagon or something.
Gonna paint my wagon. Gonna paint it fine.
Old guy quest.
My name is Rhonda. I'm the mayor and
Claim your waifu, Rhonda. Thanks. Did it. She's the mayor of Junon, and she doesn't take crap from no one.
At least this, this is obviously an OC for the remake trilogy. At least it looks like a Final Fantasy VII character.
What?
I'm sorry. It was just so on the head.
Oh, that she pulls up the thing that says reward?
Yeah, reward 100,000 gil each.
Wow, she would be almost as rich as Trevor after playing through the whole game. I saw that he has 700k. Just about.
It really says 100,000 gil each.
Wait.
She says be 100,000 gil.
Oh,
500k alone. How much did that place in Costa del Sol cost in the original game? Was it 300k? You know what I'm talking about? The place you can buy just for no reason. So 500k literally means you can buy a beachfront property.
Man, why can't you do that in this game? Well, they have something sort of like it, I guess.
I saw all the Johnny stuff. I assume it's the thing that takes place for it.
Getting the Johnny 7-star hotel is you basically have the platinum the game. It is the most hardcore side quest in the game.
Really? I haven't even found all 8 of those material yet. The ones that are only at the top of zip lines for some reason.
Yeah, I mean, it's barely a spoiler, but after you help them refurbish the hotel, you can donate all the trinkets that you get throughout the game. Mostly trophies, if you do all the gold saucer challenges, you'll get a trophy, and then you can donate that to Johnny. And if you do every single one, there's 90 of them, then you'll get the 7-star hotel.
There's some, when I'm just going around with chocobos, I'll find play art statues.
Yeah, that's something else that you can donate to Johnny. So they're not all 90 achievement. They specifically have to do something.
Are those truly RNG? Those play arts things, or are they at a certain spot?
I don't know. I'm gonna assume that it's play or RNG because I had all of them without even trying.
Yeah, I haven't been paying attention, but I did see that I'm getting these random, like, what would be a $150 play art statue of, like, a sweeper and stuff. I'm like, okay. Just find that in the ground. That's great. Ben, I don't mean to alarm you.
No.
But they did Priscilla dirty in this game. I just wanted to want to mentally prepare you. Mentally prepare you.
I think, I mean, obviously, well, you'll see. It's not exactly the same, but the character they really did dirty in this game is dying.
Oh, I haven't been there yet. Oh man, I've been looking forward to it.
Yeah, I'm sorry to disappoint you. At least your expectations will be low.
Rip. There's a part I'm heading towards like Corel in the mountains and whatever, and we talked last time about how developers love just painting everything yellow. So when you're going in this mountains,
I don't think we did.
Really?
Yeah, let's rehash this. I'm pretty sure we talked about it both.
No. But I just want to say another specific thing, and then I'll let it go. Barrett, Tifa, and Yuffie go ahead because Barrett's angry because he's near Corel, and you just kind of like go through this honestly very linear path, and you'll get to these cave parts, or I'm sorry, these cliffs. And not only will you have the yellow painted stuff, but Yuffie literally paints like a picture of Yuffie and Barrett's face with an arrow going up as well. And I'm like, oh, thank God. Thank God, or else I would have had no idea what I was doing.
Yeah.
And she does it like 5 times in that part. And it's really, really, really linear, honestly. And I'm like, oh man, I was so worried.
So they shove Yuffie in here, because she has to be mandatory, obviously, instead of optional.
What does Yuffie need help?
I'm really curious.
She's a ninja.
Well, Yuffie has really bad motion sickness, so I'm going to assume that
is that what they're...
On the boat, she was probably at least a little motion sick. But that's like a joke they use like 10 times in this game. I mean, it's in the original game too.
Is it?
Yeah, like when Yuffie's on the
oh yeah, that's right, that's right, yeah.
The Highwind and the cruise ship,
okay,
she'll
so
get
that
sick.
tracks. Oh, hell yeah.
I hope you enjoyed the only Priscilla thing you'll see. Yuffie!
Does the dolphin have a name?
Yeah, it's Mr. Dolphin.
Yeah, I think Priscilla literally calls it Mr. Dolphin.
What would you do if you were... So, like, if you lived in this universe where there were just, like, literal mercenaries and people like this, and you were just in town, and this guy walked in with a 7-foot sword. Like, what, like...
It must just be normal in this world.
You
can just buy 7-foot swords in any store.
I guess that's true. Well, there's a side quest where, I forget her name. She's a character that sucks from the original game. She pretends to be a mercenary.
Alright, I'm gonna demolish this boss with magic.
Do you remember that girl's name from the first game? She's the one who pretends to be a mercenary and you have to go do her dirty work. It's probably in the Junon region. She's the one who has, she wears the really short shorts and has one of those caps that guys who are balding wear. Wow. He is actually really demonic.
I don't want Terror the Deep to do anything, because he can trap you in like those water bottles.
Anyway, so she can't do anything, like in real life, but she pretends to be a mercenary, and these people are just hiring, like, I hired that one mercenary, can you go check on her and see how she's doing? So, like, I assume people just walk into town, they're like, I'm a mercenary with a gun in my arm, and everyone's like, okay, sounds good.
Keep your eyes on the water.
By the way, if
Make
Eris...
sure you're running away from the big tornado.
If Eris puts down an arcane ward, any character can make use of it, including Cloud.
Literally 1600, and all you did was just touch water that was coming out of the ground. Wow, chip damage.
Yeah, hard mode, it is the Battle of the Glass Cannons. You can do 1,000,000 damage, but the bosses, like, I took like 4,000 damage in like 2 seconds just not paying attention.
Are dolphins the only creature that are just like, just one for one from the real world exist in Final Fantasy VII?
They have dogs, right?
Yeah, there's
Are
dogs.
there dogs?
There's dogs and cats for sure.
At least in the
What happened to her? She wasn't anywhere close.
What?
Oh, here's my favorite part of this. You swim really slowly.
Okay.
While, like Mr. Dolphin doesn't help you or anything. It's like, somebody help her!
Did I
She's
miss-
so cold, she's dying, and you're like, yeah.
Did
Alright.
I-
I'm gonna, what is that, the breaststroke? I'm gonna breaststroke up here. Like, okay.
Did I miss the part where she was in any danger?
Uh,
That's Yuffie. That's drowning.
Yeah.
Oh, it's Yuffie. Okay,
Yeah.
I thought it was Priscilla.
No, they changed the Priscilla thing. Priscilla literally says, like, one, maybe two lines.
So the funny thing is that they changed this mostly to get Yuffie in the party quicker, but also they probably wanted to change it so Cloud didn't perform CPR on
Right.
Priscilla. But then Yuffie is also like not. You just can't do it, and so Cloud isn't going to do it anyway.
I feel like
Cloud was worried about touching her chest. By the way.
I feel like this was 100% just to make Cloud like, or to make Yuffie like not optional.
Oh yeah,
You picked the wrong
I can.
There's too many resources put into like stuff like this nowadays that you can't make characters like Vincent or Yuffie optional anymore.
Yeah, I get that.
Splinter Cell.
Yep,
Plus, Yuffie's the best character in the game, so I don't want to skip her.
Splinter Cell.
Yuffie was always the best character in the game.
Do you remember, guys? I mean, I only ever played the first 3 Splinter Cell games, and I liked them a lot. But do you remember when
This one was trying to save the day.
Ubisoft was like, "Hey, Splinter Cell's probably coming back," and then they put Sam Fisher, the main character, into like some Ghost Recon game, and was like, "Hey, he's coming back," and then he didn't. Wasn't that cool?
That sucks.
I don't remember that at all.
Is it just me, or are there way less like purely stealth-based games nowadays? Like, there hasn't been a Dishonored in almost 10 years. There hasn't been a Splinter Cell in like 15 years.
Even when Splinter Cell like was on 360, like Conviction's basically just an action game.
Hitman, from what I understand nowadays, is just an action game.
Hitman is
There hasn't been Thief in a while.
Hitman is mostly about like blending in with your surroundings. It's a stealth game, but it's mostly an assassination game. So there's stealth elements, but it's also like blending in with like getting costumes and stuff like that. So I don't think the new Hitman games are like full action, but they're not like full stealth either.
Yeah. It's just weird. A lot of those big, they made that, what, Thief 4? I mean, it's just called Thief in like 2013, so that's been 10, 11 years. Maybe that's just one of those genres
Yeah,
that is it's too, literally Naruto run.
Hey, you guys are that couple
It's like
that
too
swears
hardcore for the general public, you know what I mean?
I
But
just gotta say,
then again, then they make Dark Souls games, and
he wishes they could be as cool as you
roguelikes and stuff like that.
Well, we are pretty cool.
I just think
What?
I think stealth is too.
You look over at me.
Because you play stuff like
I
that.
was watching for you to look over at me after you said roguelikes.
Do I? Am I supposed to not look at people when I talk to them in the same room? Do you want me to just?
I was not.
I shall stare ahead.
I was eating a hamburger.
Mom and Dad are fighting again.
No.
Laid it on pretty thin.
You
Right?
know-
Or
no,
maybe
no,
it's an
there-
indie
there,
thing.
There are new stealth games coming out.
I just don't think. I think stealth is too niche of genre. to
Name
put,
one
like,
half of one.
Kojima-san is making a new stealth game.
Let's get ourselves some
Death Stranding's a stealth game.
No. Not Death Stranding.
Okay, so after Death Stranding comes out in 3 years, then the next thing. No, I'm not betting you.
Yeah, this time it's your house, not just hundreds.
Great. I love hearing stuff like that. Like when people were like, "Hey, when's Elder Scrolls 6 coming out?" And it's like, "Oh, after they finish Starfield." And that was like 5 years ago. People were asking that, and it's like, now we can finally get started on Elder Scrolls 6. It's like, great.
Well, you gotta give Skyrim a little room to breathe. You know,
Yeah,
so,
gotta-
so you can milk all of the.
Have they had a PS5 re-release of Skyrim yet?
Yeah, the anniversary edition or
I
whatever.
thought that was PS4.
That's a special edition. Get it right, mister.
Okay. I can't wait for Skyrim on the Switch too. I'm so excited.
Hey, So about that Yuffie
Wait,
kid.
what the hell?
But anyway, Ben, you actually didn't even name half a game. I just want to point that out.
What? No, I named half a game. A
That-
game in development that does not have a working title, which is Kojima
How?
stealth game.
All right. You know what? That does count as half a game because I don't believe it exists, and I don't believe it will exist.
I'm just gonna hold my breath that it's not like gonna
Well,
be.
it does exist. It would announce something that doesn't exist.
The game industry has done that for 1 billion years.
No, okay, not like Kojima. It's not like vaporware consoles and stuff.
I'm sure it exists.
From like no one who like that no one's ever heard of, or developers that no one's ever heard of. This is a good.
All right, a game I can play before Ferris is in college and he's about to turn 11.
I think the big thing is that Kojima, like, that game that was announced, Death Stranding was announced for a while, and then the game came out and it was completely different than anyone ever
and
expected.
it came out in a reasonable amount of
Yeah.
time.
What was that? 2019.
In a profitable amount of time.
But if
I
you-
would say.
I think that was before. Yeah, I think it was before 2020.
If you saw the first Death Stranding trailer, would you have ever guessed it was a delivery simulator? No one in the entwould world
Nope.
have said that. So we'll see what Kojima's next Ludo Kino narrative dissonance
you guys
simulator is.
dude, so
have you seen or talked about the Death Stranding 2 trailer?
can I just say while we're in this room,
I
real
watched
quick,
it. I just don't care about it.
That-
Oh, it's so.
this game is getting kicked out of girls' room simulator. Every single time you go to a place, Tifa and Eris is like,
Not sure what that's like.
Tifa and Eris are like, "Hey, Cloud, I'll be out later," and then they close and lock the door. It just happens literally every single time. I don't like I like old immersion in games where you can just walk into people's houses and take stuff out of their chests and just be like, "See ya." But yes, Ben, I did see I'm the Joker baby, Death Stranding 2. I did indeed see that. He was swimming with Shax.
I should have never got it.
There's a new Joker trailer as well. For
I heard is it actually a musical?
I believe it is supposed to be a musical.
That's great. I'll watch it. Why do those stars appear there, by the way? Does that just mean you get more affinity?
When you're in New Game Plus, it shows you what the how good your response that you previously gave was, and 3 stars is the best. To be honest, I was super paranoid about getting the right date at the end of the game, so I looked up a guide the entire way through for this.
What are your options?
You can have a date with literally everybody.
Red 13?
Yeah.
Nice.
But the game very clearly has a bias towards Eris. If you do the correct max affinity thing and do all the side quests, you're going to get the Eris date.
So for first time playthrough, who did you go for?
I went for Eris.
Okay.
Well,
And
I mean,
who are we going for this time?
We're going to do Eris.
I've played the original FF7 so many times, and
You have?
Yes. Yes. And you legitimate. I was saying that not to you guys, but for the 1,001 subscribers
I
we
got
have.
you.
Anyway,
Number 1001.
the 1,002 is coming in right now.
Yeah.
And you legitimately have to go out of your way to get anyone but Eris as the date.
Yeah.
Like, you legitimately just have to start the game from the very beginning,
We'll find time to talk.
the second you meet Eris, and be like, "I won't buy a flower from you. I forgot who you are." You know, like, it's ridiculous. And to get Barrett, you pretty much have to follow a guide.
Yeah.
Also,
But it's also the best result.
I really don't like Tifa in these games.
What?
I don't know what they did to her, but you weren't paying attention, but literally Tifa and Cloud just had like a mini fight right there. They're just so toxic to each other. It's such a weird relationship.
They did the second they got to Calm too.
Yeah.
They had like a mini, but
like that was more of a fight of being like, well, Cloud, where were you for the 5 years? And then they had to fight over that. But
Well, they
right
have
there,
a history. They have a basis. They have a rich basis, like within their own lives, from which to draw, conflict from.
yeah.
You know?
So in my opinion, I don't think.
I think it's nice to resolve that.
Yeah, Tifa and Cloud's like childhood relationship is also really bad because Tifa would like literally exclude Cloud from her group, and later on there's a line in this game where like she thought that Cloud liked being alone, and Cloud was like, no, I didn't like being alone. I wish I could hang out with you.
God dang it.
It's like...
That's brutal.
I just...
Do you have to talk to everyone, by the way?
No, I'm just doing it because it's fun.
Yeah, I... In the original one, I thought Eris was whatever, and Tifa was the... Like, if you were gonna ship yourself with one of the characters. But in this one, it's clearly Eris is better than Tifa. Like... The devs clearly prefer Eris to Tifa.
Even in the original games, I had mixed thoughts about Tifa, because they didn't change, like, the backstory that much. Like, again, like, Tifa excluded Cloud from their little group, and they barely talked in Nibelheim as kids into teenagers. And then you have that, like, awkward scene of, like, Tifa asking Cloud to be her hero and to save her in the time of need. It just feels like she's, like, forcing, like, an ideal on him that he shouldn't care about because they're not even friends. I don't know. And then you have the drama of being like, Cloud, where were you when I was in trouble? And then it ends up being that Cloud literally did save
Was literally right there.
It's like, I don't know. I never liked Tifa that much.
That's why, at least in this game, Elena is the absolute waifu.
Elena's annoying.
Nope. It's,
I like
Elmira. There we go.
Wait, who's Elmira? Oh, Sid. Yes.
No, that's Aerith's mom.
Oh, yeah. You're right. What's Sid's assistant?
Wait, does she appear in this game?
Shira? I want to say Shira.
Does Elmira appear in this game?
No.
Or
yeah,
the previous game?
Briefly during the Zack parts.
Wow.
At least not for what I saw. HP restored, not MP, you idiot.
Well, you didn't use it.
I want to say Shara. Sherry? Shara?
Shara, yeah.
Shara. Ah, yes.
You know, where'd you... the gosh darn tea.
I can't wait to see Palmer! Trevor's just gonna be like, yeah, enjoy in part 3.
You're close to seeing him again.
Really?
Kind of.
Oh, yeah, because doesn't he appear in Gongaga in the original game for, like, a sec?
Yeah, you'll see him.
I just have so much more to play in this dang game.
It's literally gonna take you, like, 3 more months. I really hope I don't, like, get past where you are.
I mean, worst case scenario, I can just go through the game and then go back. There's chapter select, right?
Yeah, there's chapter select. And like I said, if you do finish the game first, it literally unlocks triple AP, which makes grinding way faster.
Well, I haven't been grinding, I just like doing all the side quests.
Yeah. But even when you're doing side quests, you'll, like, level up your material faster.
Yeah, true.
Dude, look at the stature difference between Yuffie and Barrett.
Barrett's
like 400 pounds, Yuffie's like 80 pounds.
Barrett 6 foot, Yuffie 5'11".
Living alone so far from home is expensive. So I've been moving from town to town, hustling, scraping together.
The one thing that I guess Ben probably won't see it when you do certain side quests. I think when you finish the last side quest of each part that you're in, you get this weird like flashback or flash sideways to Wutai, and you see I want to say Gilgamesh. What's the weird the summon that always acts super weird?
Gilgamesh,
Gilgamesh, yeah. And I'm curious to see how that ends up working out at the end. Because every time you do another part, you see like more and more of it. And
yeah, specifically, you only have to do the proto-relic stuff, but...
that's it, the proto-relic stuff.
So you don't have to complete an entire area, but you do need to get the 4 proto-relic parts. And that's usually the most involved side quest in each area.
Yuffie's story is super suspect. She's a government agent, but she's like going from town to town hustling.
I fully trust her.
I think there's something she's not telling us.
Here we go, Ben. Are you ready? Are you ready? Are you ready? Are you ready?
No.
Yes. That's my face. Cloud literally knows who it is.
And it's even worse that Roche is already an annoying piece of garbage, but now I have to listen to his English dub.
Yo, that face that Cloud made is literally when I'm at work and someone busts in the door and goes, "There's the guy I've been looking for." That's the exact face I give.
A holding box of dirty garbage.
Just the man I've been looking for.
Hey there, boss man.
Oh God. Hey there, Chief Boss Arena. Chief Boss. Ben, what do you dislike? What do you dislike being called more, Chief or Boss?
I think Chief.
I really hate Chief. Boss is bad. Chief is like.
Yeah.
I mean, there's worse. Like, like being a grown man being called like sport or something like that would be like, okay, I don't know who you're talking to. But for adult to adult, Chief is like, get that out of my face.
Remember Roche?
I unfortunately do.
So in part 1, he is pretty irrelevant. Like, if you want to, you can do like the bike mini game where you can race him anytime you want. But he is in like one area and then just disappears from the rest of the game. Unfortunately, they do up his importance in this game, and it sucks.
Can you remind me again? I don't know if it changed between the original and the remake, but so the Turks are after Eris, but they many times just let her go. Like when they were in the Mithril Mines and they see Eris and they're like, "You're wanted, but you can go." Why is that again?
They don't want to take her by force because, I mean, she is the last ancient, so they probably have to be careful. But also, I don't think the Turks would necessarily be 100% able to do it without, like, casualties or, like, Eris getting hurt. So I think they're just playing it safe.
I think they're stupid.
I always wonder that because there's at least 2 or 3 times in the game where they could, like, they see you and they're like, "Hey, we're here for Eris, but nah."
I think the thing is that, especially in the remake trilogy, the Turks get really messed up by Cloud. Like, when the plate is about to drop, Reno is, like, beat to a pulp, and you can see bruises and, like, blood on him, and, like, he's just, like, he passes out, and, like, Rude literally needs to, like, carry his unconscious corpse. I think they're just... I don't think the Turks could physically do it. I think Cloud would literally stop them.
Interesting. And that makes... I mean, clearly what you're saying is the fact of the matter, but it's just weird how the Turks are like the Shinra Special Forces, and Cloud and gang of random mercenaries and dogs and stuff are like BTFO.
And I think the other thing is that the Shinra is... they're busy with other stuff. Like,
right.
they want Eris, but they have a lead on the Promised Land. And they're playing...
Sure, I'd be happy to.
I don't know if I'm spoiling anything, but they're kind of... They're playing the gang and, like, following their leads and beating them to the punch.
Yeah, it's funny because... Can't really spoil a whole heck of a lot because it's a remake, but...
Yeah.
I mean, you know, they changed enough.
This ship as an elevator. Someone lowers and sends it back up, along with the others.
Are you ready for minigame number 7 out of 52?
Are you gonna do the frog minigame where you turn into a frog?
No.
Ben, there's one where you walk into this area and you just turn into a frog.
Okay.
Did you do the minigame after that?
There's a minigame after that? In Junon?
Yeah, once you do the frog, like, combat, there's this frog obstacle course.
Oh, I did that,
Oh,
yeah.
okay.
That's hard as heck.
Yeah.
It probably took me 10 tries to get the gold or whatever.
Hey! We're sorry, really. But we'll make sure to
Hey.
come back as soon as we're done. You can
Yeah,
finish
there's
your
just so many mini-games in this game. It's actually absurd, and I love mini-games in games.
I mean, there's a lot in the original game, but I think they just feel obligated to do it because they're making 3 $70 games out of this.
Gotcha.
FF Part 1 was $60.
It was 70 when it was re-released.
Oh no.
Oh no.
Oh, oh no. Dude, that's a legitimately uncommon game.
It'll be a cinch.
FF7 Intergrade on PS5.
Yeah.
We, like, never see it. And if, Ben, if you... I don't know if you were here for that, but
Nope.
Trevor did the integrate part, and he had to buy a whole new copy of it because the integrate part is a DLC code.
Yeah, my account got hacked, and I lost access to like most of my online purchases. And
wait, really?
Yeah.
God damn. Or goodness me.
Luckily, it wasn't like a huge deal because the only thing I really bought ever was Rock Band DLC, and I can play all my Rock Band DLC. But I guess the integrate needs to like check online to make sure it's like authenticated or something. But I lost access to it. But then I was like, I'm just gonna buy another copy because I don't have it for PS5. And I was like, oh, it's out of print for like North America. And it was like buying it with the DLC code was like over $100. I was like, okay, I guess I'm not gonna do that.
Crazy.
And then I bought a European copy, and then that was a whole can of worms itself because I had to make a European PSN account. Because you can't you just can't. Regional locking for DLC is awesome.
Just to play integrate.
So you changed your password from password 123, right?
Yeah.
He added a 4 to the end.
1, 2, 3, 4. They never expect the 4.
This is Soul, I don't care. Yo! I know you're not going to get to it in this game, but the snowboarding minigame, though. The snowboarding minigame!
Yeah, it's gonna be awesome.
It's gonna be pretty good.
Do they have that gold saucer rock, paper, scissors punching one?
Yes, and it's... Oh my god, it's so hard.
Well, you know how the original one is, like, essentially impossible. It's pure RNG, and beating the final guy is... Is it impossible, or almost impossible? Wow, you did it. Oh my god, how'd you do that?
Oh my god. Yeah, that,
Nothing personal, kid.
That boxing game... Well, they changed it in this to be a little bit more, not rock, paper, scissors. It's, like, even harder. But there's, like, 5 stages to it, and literally, there's one stage of it that unlocks after you complete every single side quest in the game.
Oh my god.
And it's the reward for it is a ribbon, so, like, when I saw it, I was like, ooh, free ribbon. And then it was the hardest thing in the world, and it took me like 3 hours to do.
Oh my god. I was kind of joking about that, but I mean, you gotta have it in there.
Yeah.
Why do you need to do any input here?
So
Future. I don't know.
Future.
It's immersive. To hold down the R button.
Also, Shinra just does not have security on anything. Like, I understand that it was weird that that Cloud got up there. Like, yes, he used the dolphin or whatever, but it's also just like the machine is able to move a 10,000-ton ship to the ground.
Yeah, and it's just always active.
Pretty
it's
cool.
Yep, cool.
You don't have to put in a code or anything like that. Like, yep, there we go.
Yep. Seems good.
But then again, this is also the place where I forget, how do you steal the high one in the original game? You just go up to it and just take it?
Pretty much, I think.
Oh no, Tifa is slap fighting Scarlet, and then the gang just goes and is like, hey, we have the high one now.
Are you ready for that to be a 3-tier fight in part 3?
I am stoked.
I wonder if... There's no way it's going to be in the game. There's no way that current year can have 2 girls in a cat fight slapping each other. There's no way it's going to be in part 3.
What? Yeah. Are you kidding me? They, of course, will have that.
We'll see. I just don't think that current year will allow it.
Well, the good
2
news...
girls fighting?
The good news is...
That
There's-
happens
there's-
all the time.
They're slap
slapping.
fighting.
They're
They're
slap
like
fighting.
cat fighting.
Yeah.
When does that happen in video games?
I don't know about it in video games, but it happens like...
Well, Ben, I hope you're right. I honestly
When does it
hope
happen with anything that's like major AAA?
I think you're being oversensitive. This is just... Or oversensitive to
I'm
the
saying
current climate.
I'm saying name one half of a time it happened.
Of what?
A slap fight in a major AAA thing.
All right, Ben. I will bet you $100 it's not a slap fight in part 3.
You gotta take it.
I will take that bet.
Okay.
All right. We have.
They announced that part 3 is in 2027, hopefully. So see you in 3 years.